just taking every bit of cash they can.
Yeah.
I mean, look at Call of Duty. I mean, man, Call of Duty is really greedy. I mean, these guys, I mean, they'll pull out new multiplayer maps and stuff like that every month. But at the same time, I mean, they say, well, if you want to purchase them at a lesser price, you can get our VIP seasonal package. And sometimes that's not even worth it. I mean, yeah, they give you maybe about 2 new maps every month and whatnot, and maybe a new gun or so. But I mean, at the same time, it's just like, is it really worth it?
Yeah.
I mean, because you're just going to wind up buying the new Call of Duty game later on in the year.
Pretty much,
So
Call of Duty is just a cash hog.
That you paid, that game that you paid $60 for and stuff like that. I usually ask some people, like, how much do you think you pay? How much you think you actually pay for a game? Some people go $60. I say, really? I said, after all the DLC comes out for the game, I said, you pay about $60. I said, man, trust me. It's like, you don't pay $60 for one game. No.
It's like, oh, $60 and oh, check out our DLC.
Today, yeah, in a world like this today and stuff like that, you're not going to pay no $60 for a game. No. You're paying almost well over another retail price, almost of $120 for one game.
Yeah.
Because they usually have a lot of DLC come out for that game, and it's going to cost you 1,600 Microsoft points to get. And then they keep bringing out 2 more of those DLCs. That equals $60. So now you don't spend $120 on one game, but it just has new DLC added onto it.
Yeah.
Because a lot of gamers want to keep their game fresh, even though it's the same game that they bought like 6 months ago. They just want to keep the experience fresh by buying new content for the game.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really like Call of Duty.
I think that's the problem with game companies nowadays. Developers and stuff like that, they get to where they're comfortable with a game, and then they'll start bringing out downloadable content for that game. And then once they bring it out and stuff like that, they'll say, hey, look for more downloadable content coming in the next few months for this game. And it's just like, more downloadable content we have to buy?
It's like we were just playing the main game as it is.
Yeah.
And then there's Gears of War Judgement. It's like, oh, $60 game, yet only 4 maps. And then, oh, you get to download 1 free map. And they don't even have execution, which is like the mainstay of Gears of War multiplayer. It's like the bread and butter.
Yeah,
they take it away.
Yeah, a lot of modes. Yeah, a lot of modes are missing. A lot of game modes are missing from Gears of War Judgement. It's a shame. But that's what they do, man. I mean, they dumbed the game down.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, I'm not gonna be like, you know, I mean, I'm not gonna be like, well, you know, I don't think people should play. I think people should play it, but at the same time, I mean, I don't really think that it's for a traditional Gears of War player. Like if you really like Gears of War, right? It's not for a hardcore Gears of War player. Because it's just been dumbed down so much. It's just like, well, I mean, you can find the same exact thing on Gears of War 1, 2, and 3 without buying Judgment. But, I mean, if you've never played a Gears of War game before, yeah, I mean, you should play some Gears of War game. Even if it's Judgment. But like I said, I mean, to each his own.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of gamers out there and stuff like that. I called it a lot of gamers on YouTube saying, "Oh, I love this game. I love this Gears of War Judgment."
So yeah, right.
Yeah, I think it's better, and I mean,
I think it's better. I think it's better for the casual players that are probably going to move on to Call of Duty anyways.
I mean, I think it to me. I mean, I really don't see it as being better than any of the past Gear games. I really don't see it being better than that. I really see it maybe as a not so much following the rules of the Gears of War formula. I mean, it feels like it doesn't really feel like a full price retail game to me.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, because there's just so much emptiness in the game. There's just really so much emptiness, and it's just like you're paying $60 for a bunch of emptiness. It's just like, I really don't feel like it should have been a full retail game. I really don't. I really feel that way. But I mean, you're gonna get a lot of gamers out there that say, "Man, I love this game. I love," I mean, yeah, okay, you can love the game. That's fine. But if you look at all the Gears of War games that came before it, look at Gears of War 1, 2, and 3.
Gears 1, baby.
Look at all the content that you got with the game. Just with the game itself, not the downloadable content, but just the overall, modes and maps and things like that. But if you look at Gears of War Judgment, it's nowhere near that.
Exactly.
It's quite surprising about people who said I played all the Gears of War games and stuff like that, and they still like Judgment, but like I say again, to each his own.
Yep. And eventually they'll realize how shitty it really is. You getting tired?
Yeah, hey, Scotty, I'm
Yes?
going to go ahead and get off for right now.
Alright,
But
good sir.
I'll be back on a little bit later and stuff like that, so we can talk then, if you want.
I'll try to remember that.
Alright, man. I'm about to go ahead and get off, though.
Hey,
I'll talk to you later, Scotty.
Alright, just remember the poo-poo and the poo-poo.
Alright.
They got the boo-boo and the poo-poo.
Alright. Alright, later, Scotty.
Alright, see ya.